Down with the phone.
Oh, he got me lovely. I thought he was still going to have it. I'll try again.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the finishing line. We thought we were catching Tom off guard there. He was texting and
Proudly sponsored by Hollywood Bets. Jesus Christ, you've one job.
He well and truly fucked me. Proudly sponsored by Hollywood Bets. Tom is in the Hollywood Bets phone booth.
Next, they're going to wait for me to do that now. The big Superman there with a H instead of the S.
I'm liking it. I always try and, like, there you go. That's probably, if I want to sit here now and not move anywhere, and we get the most of the sponsorship in the background. Yeah, trying to organize a family holiday with like half of Siobhan's family. So trying to find a date that suits me and Siobhan is hard enough before you throw another like 7 or 8 people in. So yeah, fun times.
They never go well, by the way.
It'll be fun.
Thanks, Andrew. Yeah. It'll be absolutely fine because all I want to do is sit on a beach or preferably by a pool with a book, some earphones, and a beer. And that's all I want to do.
That's a market we could get into.
Speaking of arguing,
beachside bookmakers.
No.
Oh.
Speaking of arguing,
there's our best customer right there.
Speaking of arguing,
sorry, what?
I'll try again. I was reading some of the comments on the video from I think Sunday, and I was going to make it. I'm going to make a little joke. Someone wrote underneath, the show has gone a bit flat, and I was like, that's because we're talking about flat racing.
Oh, well played.
But yeah, it just got me to thinking. We haven't really had an argument in a long time.
You're a dickhead.
No, I always argue with you. It's me and Tom usually are arguing, and
so we argue off screen.
This is because of the flat, though. Like we have this every year. I say there's going to be no disagreements now because Dave, you could be like, "This is." I know what you're going to say about a horse that won today, and I'm like, I'd probably disagree, but I don't really care.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
You need to get more into it.
Yeah, boy, this thing.
You need to find your love for a horse that I don't like, and then we can just.
Do you like Lafayette?
Yeah,
see, we're screwed already.
We can argue back and forth about it then.
Do you like, what's the other one I like? You know, I like Stone Age.
Yeah,
I actually don't like Stone Age. I don't think.
Yeah, but you don't hate him enough to argue about him.
No, he's trained by Aidan O'Brien. I don't really dislike any Aidan O'Brien horses.
We need to find the Henry the Bromhead of the flat racing.
Yeah, remember
Tom, who did you
absolute dickhead. You want to start a row? Let's bring this up.
Remember I got slated in the comments earlier in the year saying that I was after losing the plot and everything. They were the good old days. Now you had people say you can't fucking win because you have people saying that's too far. Then you're flat, but it is flat racing.
Why didn't I think of this when I see it?
So yeah, no, that's just got me thinking.
Can't please everyone at the end of the day.
Can't please everyone. No. And I just in general, it's just a kind of a quieter crowd for the old flat, isn't it? Really?
It's this is out of that. I'm going to make millions.
It's the prawn sandwich brigade.
Cut the balls off and throw it over fences. That's what you need to do.
Keane called them in Manchester United up in the stands there. Prawn toast and all that.
Prawn sandwiches.
Yeah, that's the
it's definitely prawn sandwiches. Prawn toast is way more working class. You get that down the Chinese.
I love prawn toast. It's really tasty.
Do you know what it's like? It's like flat races like the Nations League.
Yeah.
It's there, but no one really cares about it.
It's a bit better than the Nations League, actually. A little bit better.
Is it?
Yeah, the Nations League is fucking useless.
I watched 3 flat races today, and the Oaks favourite won and bolted up, and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, before we kick on with the races, we were going to preview the rest of the kind of bigger race at York and then the Lockinge at Newbury on Saturday. But yeah, Andrew's touched on it there. Emily Upjohn, we talked about her on Monday night, not Sunday.
What's up, John?
I was pretty confident she'd win well, solidify her.
See, you're using posh words now.
Yeah, I nearly got that wrong too. I could have said something.
Solidified.
Her
What happened to you?
Place at the top of the Oaks market, and she looks to me like the real deal.
Tom, remember the days you used to hate Frankie Dettori?
Yeah. It was like, I hate Frankie. Anytime he got to say it, anytime Frankie came up, be like, oh yeah, Frankie's on it. I hate Frankie.
That's not a good ride by Frankie. Yeah, but I hate him.
I still don't like Frankie, and he'll probably make some mistake on her at some stage during the year.
But you hate him less. This is what I've had to notice.
I like the horse. I like the name. I'm gonna be honest about it. As soon as I saw her name, I was like, that's a cool name. Makes no sense.
Emily Upjohn. It's because Emily was Upjohn.
That could be why they named her that.
Jesus Christ.
That literally could be why they got away with it.
There's a lot of names. We need to do
It
this
would be
someday.
more like John was up Emily, but
Yeah, but you can't get away with that. Unless they're into pagan and all that.
see you later. I'm out.
Now, is that more entertaining for you?
Tom is fucking closing the Hollywood phone booth now.
Things come down. Phones are off the hook. Get them off the show quick.
Oh my God.
It's an over 18 show.
Emily
You can say
Upjohn,
what you want.
great horse, Peg. Just out of nowhere. Yeah, Tom. I was going to say Tom, any feelings on Emily Upjohn, but like, don't go into the ones Andrew was talking about.
No, not for Emily Upjohn. That's another one now, isn't it? We're never going to be able to say that name again without laughing
No.
on the show.
Doing the John Bond.
No, you're after turning Emily Upjohn sexual. Anyway.
You even like it more now.
I think we just
She's big mare, big girl.
I think we just turn it around now every time we reference her, and it's John up Emily. John up Emily.
Yeah, we're gonna have to call her John up Emily, aren't we?
Yeah.
John up Emily. I wonder, could you get away with naming a horse John up Emily? And you're like, well, it's just the opposite of Emily Upjohn.
And then if they say that, and just say it's sexist.
Yeah,
That's it, Andrew.
you know what? That's also true.
Call her brother that.
I doubt we're going to be buying her brother anytime soon.
I think she only cost 80k though, so.
Only 80 grand. Hold up now when I take 80k on my back pocket.
Well, for the
60.
people, the people eating the prawn toast again. The prawn toast in your brain.
See, prawn toast
Prawn
is more national
Yeah.
season.
Prawn sandwiches, that's quite not a lot of money. They'll be buying them for 3 and 4 million. Like.
I don't get that. I think he hasn't even seen a race course and they're paying 3 million for it. The yearling.
She was only 60 grand at Tattersall's Book 2 yearling sales in 2020. She's by Sea the Stars, so look, unless they did they could have done a full share, but like Sea the Stars is for 120 something, I think. So
lost me a absolutely lost me a full share.
She was cheap in comparison to.
No, I just lost interest.
Oh, and as I said today, she has 3 Derby winners in her pedigree, relations wise: Galileo, Sea the Stars, Tarzan. So,
sorry.
Where's Tarzan?
She's the back end of her mother's pedigree is Aga Khan. Along the way, I said it the other day in the podcast too.
Are you sure about this? Because I'm clicking a long way back now. I can't see Tarzan.
Yes. They even said it on Racing TV, Tom.
Ooh.
Oh, must be right then.
Gosh.
You and your prawn sandwiches on Racing TV. I'd be more of a prawn toast on at the races myself, to be honest.
I'm more of a pie in the lashing rain and a cold November at Cheltenham.
I love a pie.
Pies at Brentford at half time. Tom, pies at Brentford at half time.
She never fucking brought me.
Very good.
I asked you to go to 3 games and you said no.
Complete lie.
When I started working for Hollywood Bets, I said,
Don't
Dave, I
mind
have a
me.
season ticket for Brentford now. I'm not going watching that dirt. Fine.
Sounds like something David said.
Am I right, Tom?
Yes, they're shit.
You won't be saying that, oh, Andrew, I'm looking for tickets next season. Any chance?
I've already told you. I'm after at least 2 games next season. That's before we even mention Liverpool. So
There's not a hope in hell you get a Liverpool ticket. I think they're all taken up already.
Yeah, they're giving away the league as well, Tom. You fucked it all up.
yeah, I'm not happy about that.
And you're going to lose the Champions League to Real Madrid. They leave you, go up 1-0 to about the 86th minute, and they have a bit of drama at the end. Take you to penalties, knock you out in penalties. Knock you out winning.
Can you imagine we just end up with the League Cup and nothing
Yeah,
else?
it wouldn't be good, like.
Lads,
Anyway.
on Emily Upjohn, anyway, on the horses. Are you a little bit worried that it's a weak division and she's Love 2.0?
Isn't it always a weak division?
But it's not the Arc yet, Tom. It's the Oaks. She's only has to beat the same shit that she bet today. Like,
I know, but then everyone's going to say, you even said it today that she'll win the Arc.
yeah, no,
You get very giddy when you see a filly run really fast.
I think
Arc.
it's not the 1 mile 4 horses don't run that fast anyway. That's fast.
She ran fast today.
It's because of the fillies allowances and the 3-year-old allowances that they always have a good record in it. So
Was Trev the last one to do it?
I didn't think Snowfall would win last year, and she was quite poor in it. So Trev and Abel, just Sarkava, loads.
I think John or Pimlico will go and win the Oaks, but
Yes. I love when we change
anything,
names.
anything after that for me is jury out for now. I'll sit on the fence for now.
Yeah. Well, I do think she'll win the Oaks. Agree with you there, and then probably the tried and tested route go to the
Yorkshire Oaks.
The Oaks. That's the one.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Ah, look at me. Research.
But John Gosling, you wouldn't know them. She could go for the King George maybe. When Abel used to go for that.
Could.
We shall see. But yeah.
I'd say John Gosden is sick that the last couple of really, really good horses he's had, Enable and now John Up Emily, are both fillies. Like, imagine one of those was a colt. And
he's had a good few colts now, Tom, as well. He had Golden Horn there a few years ago too. Like.
The voice went really high there.
He's had Golden Horn, but like, you know, they're nowhere near Enable's class. Like, if Enable was a colt, like, God, the money.
There's an argument I want to have now that we never have. Poor old Honeysuckle used to always get, she only beating shite. Enable was only beating shite.
We said that a lot, to be fair.
I hate
Enable's not only beating shite.
See, we never have this argument over Honeysuckle beating shite.
You love the Enable, and I convinced you to lose money on her. That's still one of the best days of my life.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
No, I'm not backing her. You should back her, Tom.
€60 on the nose.
No, it's 100.
Was it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Was that after or before the trot?
After the trot.
Oh, was that me when Enable ran? Yeah, I was like, no, I'm going to sit back, chill out, watch this.
Watch this. But sure, Tom, she's the only horse that can win the race. You know what, Dave? You're right. I'm going to have a big bet in her.
Literally threw away £100.
Yeah. Anyway, we should get on to the race. That was fun.
I enjoy Arc Weekend.
That was fun.
Just because there's jumps racing on the same time.
Yeah, that's a good weekend. We're going drinking that weekend, Tom. Don't go missing like you usually do when we're drinking.
Does that a lot.
So we are...
No, I'm not. Am I? Or am I?
You're coming up with an excuse already.
6 months away.
I'm in Barbados.
No, I'm not. No, I thought I was away for Royal Ascot then, and I've invited you down, and I was panicking.
Like, that means he is actually away for Royal Ascot.
I'm waiting for him to say we're going to Alfie's.
We are previewing 3 races from...
We have to know. That was
tomorrow. I'm not even talking to Tom anymore now. I just bypassed him. He's not even getting selections. Tomorrow, which is Thursday, then the Cup race with Stradivarius, Big Willie himself, on Friday.
Stradivarius.
John Up Emily and Stradivarius in the same fucking name.
Stradivarius.
Oh, Jesus. And then 2 races from Newbury, a handicap, and the Lockinge, where Bide is back.
Bide.
First,
do you know what'd be great now? If Jim Crowley won on that and he done the C, but he done Bide.
No.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Can we get
Let's make that thing.
Can we get the graphic things up there for
boss.
the first race?
Sorry, boss man. There we go.
So, first race is the Middleton Phillies Stakes tomorrow. Andrew doesn't have the time, so I'll find it. The 225 at York. And the betting is Thunder Kiss favourite 5-2. V de Grace joint favourite 5-2. New and Star, who was a bit of disappointment last year, 3-1. Forbearance being sent over by Jesse Harrington 5-1. Lilac Road 9-1, and Artisia 14-1. Tom, I'll give you first dibs at this. You can take that down.
Okay, just make sure.
Who's going to win?
I am going to take that. Look, you can make a case for a lot of these, as the betting suggests. The one I'm going to go for is Noon Star, and I'm going to go down the Dave route of all the breeding and stuff now. So she is a 4-year-old filly by Galileo out of the great race mare Midday. So she won her maiden at 2. She got black type at 3 when she was second in a Group 3. And they decided to bring her back then as a 4-year-old, which is one of those they don't really need to.
She's used to it and we're not, and that's why.
Yeah, she's worth what she's worth in the breeding sheds like now. Like that's not going to change, and I'm sure Judman aren't going to get rid of her anytime soon. So the fact that they've brought her back encourages me. She won a Nottingham listed race on her reappearance by Head. She's come on for that, but I think she can. If you look at Midday improved with age. I think it was probably her 4-year-old season that was probably her best. So I am going to take a chance on her that this season she can go and take a step forward and improve.
Okay, so Thomas picked the wrong one. So Andrew, let's get your one, and can it be the right one?
See, if you did that in the jumps, I'd be like, "What are you on about, Dave? Rip his selection apart. Tell him it was shite." I'm just like, okay, that's fine, Dave.
I don't really care. Thunderclip?
Yeah.
Yes. Come on. Yeah, that's it.
She's as white as my head is in here.
Yeah, we are very bright.
They're very bright today.
I think that the lights too close.
You can leave them where they are now.
Okay.
Stop moving around.
Look, won a list of me race last time at Cork really well. It was over 1.54. Drops and trip today. Won't be any problem to her. Thing that I noticed when looking back, she's tended to hang to her left a lot. So going this way around should.
Oh, that's good.
She hung like MVL. I think she has a wind problem as well. By the way, she.
Tell you who has a wind problem. Dragon Simba.
Wear a tongue tie.
Hey, what the hell with this? What a yak that is.
Nah, he's a wind problem. I'd say.
A wind problem. He's a running straight and fast problem.
Yeah, he was going to the left anyway. But yeah.
Who's this?
Dragon Simba. It's terrible today.
I thought you were on that horse I tipped and backed at Kenilworth today.
No.
Oh, let's not get into that now.
Responsible gambling.
Trotting. French yaks. They've said African yaks.
I get big into this South African stuff. I think it's the Hollywood bets influence on me now.
You're just trying to blag a trip to Durban, July.
And if they want to bring me out there, I will stand there and talk like I know my stuff. And get to know if you can train on that. I won't mind.
Durban, July. First weekend in July, obviously. Durban, July.
I tipped the horse in the in a maiden today at Kenilworth to the lads. And I texted them then, and they took the piss, and I said,
We didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything. You thought we were going to take the piss.
We didn't say anything. That's a lie. I have the text to prove it. I said, I hope he plays.
You were putting in skeleton emojis, Dave.
Because it's fucking Kenilworth.
Exactly.
Oh,
I
exactly.
wish well on your horse.
We hope you have too much money on us.
I wished well on your horse. Don't fucking show them WhatsApp groups to nobody.
Kenilworth, 3 skulls. Yes, Kenilworth. Tom, you've officially lost it. So I said, look, you know this is going to get beat now. The jockey should have dropped in. I thought he'd drop in and do what he did last time and run on really well. And he didn't. He decided to jump out from a wide draw and go forward. And the horse was really keen, didn't work out. So anyway, I had to look at the next race, said, I'm not going to tip in this race to the lads because I'm just going to get more shit. And I had the first, second, and third. Typical.
We still haven't seen proof of this, by the way.
Look, Tom, I wish her well in your ventures over to South Africa.
It's great racing, lads. They fan out like something else over there, so you've always got a chance.
All you need to do is back something that's drawn 1 to 5. Because nearly all the starts are on a bend.
Some of them do start on bends. Yeah, Kenilworth today, you needed to be drawn low.
Seems like a fair few of them working for Hollywood bets. They're nearly always on a bend. If you're drawn, it's like Chester.
We've lost the plot here now. Who are you picking in this race?
But so some of them, half of the horses, they carry their heads up in the air and they wear blinkers.
You're not going to stop the 9%. You can't keep control of us.
Tom, no more talking about South African race.
It's great, lads. It's the future, I'm telling you.
The viewers want to hear Andrew. He kind of half told us already why Thunder Kiss is going to win.
Thunder Kiss is going to win. She's improving from last year. Look, she won first time up last season. She backed it up by only beaten a half a length in the Group 3. The furthest she was beaten last season was 5 lengths, and the other 3 times she was beat was a next 3/4 of a length and 3/4 of a length. She's a rating of 109. She can improve, and she will improve, and the drop back and trip won't be a problem. Colin Keane's coming over to ride it for Gerald Lyons, and I think this has a cracking chance of getting everyone off to a good start.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I think she's improving as a 5-year-old. The back end of her 4-year-old career, she started to put races together. She's beaten by Le Petit Coco, who I know was Le Petit Coco, who Tom put up on the podcast, I think, a couple of times last year in the summer.
He can't remember.
Paddy Toomey's horse. Paddy Toomey has a couple of decent fillies. He's another one, Pearls Galore.
I like that.
And they probably will end up being Group 1 fillies. So I think this is a filly that's on the upproof. The Emily upproof.
Yes, and another one.
And I think she's a good price tomorrow at 5-2, 11-4 kind of. I don't think she'll go off favourite because
the ground
in England, so.
Probably because the ground will be too quick for her, and she won't win. But apart from that, she could go off favourite. Yeah,
it was apparently soft today, so there you go. From the jockey's milk. Frankie even said himself, John Emily didn't like the ground; it was too soft. Okay,
I'm moving on.
Yeah,
didn't like the ground, won by 5 lengths. Okay.
Oh, John and Emily didn't like that.
Next, we're going to the 3 o'clock at York tomorrow, the HAMBLETON Handicap, which is just about a mile. Isla Coy, 92. What's the story? Morning Glory, 7-1. Trade Floor, 7-1.
That's what Emily said.
Emily loves a bit of Morning Glory.
Brunch, 8-1. Lightning Company, 17-2. Hortsadar 9-1 and 11-1 Bar. Andrew, you can start us on this one. Who is your each way pick for?
I kind of have 2. The first one being Rederna. Caused a 66-1 shock in the Thurston Cup last time, but won it really well. Won it going away at the end. Only gone up £3 for that. You can back that up. I think he's a big player in this. I think there's a lot of pace on in this race. So my main selection is Blessing. Only problem is, I say the only problem, Jamie Spencer is on him, and he's either going to look a hero or look an absolute tit riding it. He needs to literally been dropped on the line. He ran his last race. He ran was actually a decent race. He was 3rd behind My Oberon in the condition race over a mile. But this race should be run to suit, cut through the pack. I think there's a lot of pace on. I can't actually remember what side he's drawn on, but with the pace. But obviously you can drop in, you can put him wherever you want to because he's slow out the gates. And I think he's a cracking chance. I think he's about 10-1, 12-1.
11-1.
11-1. I think the race will be run to suit. He's my main selection, but if Rederna can back up that run from the last time, I think he's still well in at £3.
Tom, where are we looking? We have an each way certainty here for us.
Value, Tom.
I think got a bit of value actually. I'll have to give the favourite a mention because I tipped him up for a handicap that he was a non-runner for then earlier in the season. Really good run at Newbury behind Modern News, and the form of that has worked out fairly well. Look, 9-2, sorry, is a short enough price in a handicap like this, but there's definitely got his clear and obvious chance. The one I'm going to go for is Cruyff Turn. 1 run at York, 1 win over this distance as well on good ground. Popped up at 28-1 that day. That came off the back of a bad run as well. That was off 95, only off 97. What's interesting for me is that was its biggest RPR by a mile. Like that, it ran to an RPR there of 106. On its next start at Ayr, where it got beat, it ran to 101, and it ran to 101 at first last time out, where it was 7th, only beaten 2 lengths. So that was a good run. Clearly likes the course and distance and the ground. Can run off this sort of mark, and yeah, I give Cruyff Turn a chance at 12-1.
Yeah, it's Cruyff Turn for me as well.
Boom, go on, Dave. You know it, mate.
Andrew and one for Tom. He ran very well,
Tom.
obviously, at the course last year back in August. I actually backed him that day. It was a great day, and I think I remember the thing Hollywood Bets used to do, the
Punter Challenge.
I won the Punter Challenge because he won for me at 28-1.
We need to win the Punter Challenge.
Should bring it back for Dundalk in the winter. That was good fun.
He might
Leave
just
it with me.
Yeah.
Radio silence. Absolutely no chance.
Leave it with me.
York might just be his track. The horse that beat him, that Andrew has mentioned, Return, as Tom said, there was 2 lengths between, I think, the first 9, and he actually probably didn't handle the track that day. So I think he's a good each way bet tomorrow. That's a good shout, Tom. Well done.
Mine shit, apparently. Thanks.
Okay, we're going on to the 335 at York. The Albasti Equiworld Dubai Dante Stakes, a Group 2 for the Colts.
You throw me the Albasti powder. I was like, I don't have that.
I'm glad I did that now. Desert Crown, who was a lot shorter earlier in the week and is short enough for the Derby, is 3-1 favourite. El Bodegon is 3-1. Magisterial 15-4. Bluegrass 11-2. Bluegrass is quite Reflection's son, and she was a 6 furlong or 5 furlong sprinter. So that horse makes no sense to me.
It means absolutely nothing.
Royal Patronage 14-1. Masakela 22-1. 28-1 bar. Quite Reflection was a sprinter a couple of years ago, and Bluegrass is by Galileo. Her foal is by Galileo.
So it has no hope of staying.
It shouldn't, but it will stay because it was too slow. It was slow as fuck last year, to be honest.
It looked very slow at Leopardstown the last time.
It looked very slow. That means it's probably just useless.
He's either useless.
That's what I was getting at.
He's either useless or he's got absolutely none of his mother's ability and all from his father's.
Too slow for sprinting, doesn't stay a mile or mile 2.
I'll give my selection first before.
No, you're presenter. You're not allowed.
I am.
You're not allowed.
Guess what? I'm the presenter, and I just decided that's what I.
Yeah, but I turn off your microphone.
The one I think is overpriced here is Masakela. I think he's a good each way bet. The stable seemed to think he was a world beater last year. He ran in all the big races.
Well, weren't they wrong?
Form might be like 5th, 2nd, 4th, but they're all good races. Group 2s. He was behind Native Trail at Newmarket, I think.
He was.
Who was 2nd in the Guineas.
Yak.
He was on Yak. The time he was 4th at Newmarket. Caribus, who's the Guineas winner, was in that race.
You really love this flat stuff, don't you?
Oh yeah. His last race.
I don't know. He used to be cool.
First race of the season this year.
Stretching it.
He was behind Eden, Roger Varian horse, who came 4th in the Guineas. I think he's just really good form everywhere you look through it. Beaten by Point Lonsdale at Royal Ascot last year.
You notice as well, he really enunciates his words on the flat.
I want to be a prawn sandwich, man. I'll leave you fuckers behind.
You want top hat and tails now. Yeah. That's what you want, don't you?
You imagine what he'll turn into when you put a top hat and tails on him. Fuck.
It'll be David O'Keefe.
Rishi Prasad.
Oh, Jesus Christ above.
Anyway, yeah, Masakela each way for me. I think he's way too overpriced. Tom, fire away.
No, as much as it kills me, I actually agree with you. The form of that race, as you were saying, I don't know. The form of that race at Newmarket actually worked out very well. And Masakela, Travel Like a Dream, that was the day Alice ran in Cheltenham. And we tuned in and they had it on the big screen. So we ended up watching it. And Mascala travelled like an absolute good thing. Eden has definitely backed up that form in the Guineas. And if you go down a bit further,
Dawn of Liberation was 6th, and he's won a race at Goodwood already.
yes, the 6th is Woodland's race at Goodwood, and the 4th and 5th, the 4th and 5th, Cresta and Sonny Liston were 2nd and 3rd in the D Stakes. So the form of this looks very, very strong. I think he's way, way overpriced at 16s. And I think he's cracking each way, but actually.
Good man. Andrew?
I am going for El Bogadon. El Bogadon. Group 1 of St. Cloud.
Guess what horse he bet, Tom?
He beat the Derby winner, Mr. Stone Age.
That's why Andrew is
Certainty, lads. Have your house on responsible gambling and all that jazz. But yeah, look, Group 1 winner last season. Was a Group 3 winner before that. Obviously, he beat Stone Age. Stone Age, look, he's improved stones from, I say stones, he's improved a good bit from last season. He's having the first run of the season, which might catch him out. Danny Muscat, our Hollywood Bet sponsored jockeys on him. Shout out, Danny. On fire still.
Well done, Danny.
Another winner today. If he turns up and go, I say ready to go, he could play a big hand. I know he's joint favourite about 10-3. I watched back his race the last time. It was a good win. He battled well, and he's a horse that looks like he's a bit to fill out into. So I think 10-3, he'll give you a very, very good run for your money. On Bluegrass, I just don't get it as well with you. What you were saying there. I watched this.
I done something wrong there.
No, I watched it. Was the Pisbadil and Buckaroo.
Good form.
Race. It's good race, good form. He just died.
Yeah, I think I would struggle. I think he's triplets.
He came to about 4 long and a half pony. He looked like he was going to play a big role in it, and he just went stone thrower.
Tomorrow will tell a lot for that horse if he runs well.
And if he comes on first,
Andrew, we'll spice this up a little bit now because I think some of the viewers like the old match bets.
Match bet.
I don't think your horse got open house chance. So he's by Kodiak, and all of his form is on soft ground, and he hasn't run this year.
Apparently, it's soft ground.
It's not soft ground.
It's not soft that he
wants.
wants.
It's soft. It's a soft and a soft.
It's not the soft he wants.
Is it any off soft?
Fucking hell. There's a choke.
Oh,
We're back. No.
We're all in bad mood on Monday.
Emily fucking needs some water.
We're all here. I have water here.
I have some there.
So Andrew, match bet.
I'll take match bets. I'll actually make a graph. I'll get little points of Guinness graph for every week. We can keep up to date.
Okay, yeah.
For Alaska.
Yeah, okay. I'm in on this as well. I want the point on this as well.
Right. So it's a point for every match, but we do one a week.
Yeah. Masakela, you're boggy dingy.
Boggy.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
You gotta do that again. What's his name?
Boggy dingy.
And Thomas Masakela as well.
So we're taking a 16 shot against your 130 shot.
I like them odds.
I'm confident as well.
I'd never do that over the jump. Never, ever, ever would I do that.
I like this. So I have to make note of this now.
We'll remember, don't worry.
Or text me. I'll start making the graph tomorrow.
Okay, so 3:35 York on Friday. The Paddy Power Yorkshire Cup Stakes Group 2. We're sponsored by Hollywood Bets, but Paddy Power are sponsoring the race. It's not my fucking fault.
Paddy Power are actually doing a good job at naming. We're trying. Well, I seen one yesterday. So I'll take this off for a minute. It was the flat is here, but who cares, or something like that.
Yeah. He was running around York with the Yorkshire Cup yesterday, so he wouldn't leave anybody have it.
Brilliant. Right, here we go.
So Strad is back, 8-11.
Schlong of area.
Search for a song, 9-2. Tashcan, a horse I just don't like and don't get, 5-1. Max Vega, who was quite good the last day, seems stepping up and trip might suit him, 17-2. And Thunderous, 10-1. Thomas, no, we'll go to Andrew first. Andrew, is it all about Strad?
Schlongavarius should be winning this, David. It's. I don't think it's going to be easy as that though. With what's her face?
Search for a Song.
Search for a Song coming up on the back of a good run last time. At Leopardstown. Look, her gear is probably always geared around the Irish St. Leger, but she should put it up to him a bit. Look, he's 8 now. We know what he is. He's not going to improve anymore. He could regress a small bit for all we know. But look, he should be taking care of these, really.
Yeah, I think the same. He should do the business. I think Search for a Song's race usually is the Irish St. Leger, and the season is geared around that. Tom, what are you feeling for this?
Yeah, I thought Andrew said her gear is all geared around this. I was wondering if I thought you were getting confused with Robert Tyner there for a second.
Today and the whole having a horse up to his eyeballs and drugs and then doesn't get banned, that thing.
Talking points.
It's not a good look, is it?
It's probably alive at 8:00.
We'll save it for talk points, but I think it's worth us putting a proper bit of effort into a conversation around it, because it's happening a few times now.
He loves this part.
A few worrying times.
When you sent that to me earlier, I had 10 minutes spare for you on Sunday.
Thank you.
Yeah. The reincarnation of Tom's Corner.
Tom's Corner is back on Sunday.
Look how happy he is.
Tom in the Hollywood Bets phone booth ringing in. Look, for this race,
that's very good. I like that.
For this race, look, Strad should go and win it. He's got a good record at York. He's an 8-year-old. I'm not, and then he's running against a 6-year-old in Search for a Song. I won't be having a bet in this, but Strad should win.
Okay, that was quick enough and simple enough, really. We are going on to the
London Gold
Cup handicap 245 Newbury, a 1 mile 2 mad handicap. It's always a good race every year. The betting is Mr. Big Stuff. Mr. Big Stuff.
Oh, God.
Relation Stradivarius and a fan of John Hope Emery is 4-1 favourite. Israr 4-1. Just everything is 4-1. Sorry Miss 4-1. Inverness 7-1. Wineglass Bay 7-1.
There's a reverse forecast.
Red Vineyard. Tom's two favourite horses are running in this race. 7-1 and 8-1 Bar. Tom.
Please, Tom. Please.
Tip up a wine horse.
This was tough for me, lads. I found this race very hard because I had to split it between Red Vineyard and Wineglass Bay.
Yes!
What wine reference would you like? And joking aside, I am actually tipping one of them. For me, it's Wineglass Bay. I thought you ran very well last time. Really, really well punted in a decent little handicap at Goodwood. Had to challenge down the outside that day and stayed on like all the way to the line. I think the step up to a mile 2 would definitely suit. And, I think the way he got punted that day off 83, I think they think he's a lot better than an 85 horse. And he's probably, a pattern horse. So 8 stone 8 to carry once the top weight stays in. For me, it's Wineglass Bay.
Has the assistance of the Hollywood Bet sponsored Daniel Muscat. See another plug.
Getting that in. Andrew, who are we looking at here? Getting that in.
Sorry.
Mr. Big Stuff said that.
Well, he's seeing Emily up, John.
It's John up Emily, for fuck's sake.
John up Emily. Sorry.
Come on, get it right. It's like Jambon.
Sorry. Where am I going? Oh, Israr. That's who I'm going with. I backed him at Newmarket the last day. He missed the break and he was like Bambi on ice going down the dip after he passed the invisible bush, wherever the hell that is on that bloody course. Back on a more galloping track, I think is going to suit him more. He's only at the racing 3 times. There's a lot more improvement come from. He's off a mark of 89. I think he's a lot better than this. Jim Crowley's up on board. John and Tate, see this bloody double name, training.
John and Tatey Gosden.
John and Tatey Gosden. Are in, which one is in flying form now? John or Tatey? Which one is doing it?
John is the main man.
Yeah. John is in.
John calls the shot.
Yeah, I think he has a great chance. Go back and watch his last run. He dwelt at the start. He came there just before the dip. He hadn't a clue what to do when he hit the dip, and he ran on again up the hill. I think back on a conventional track like this is going to suit him down to the ground, and I think he actually will take some beating on this.
And I'm going for the top weight, Austrian Theory. Tom has already touched on the race at Newmarket to do with Masekela and how strong the form was. Austrian Theory has had a race since then, ran poorly, but it wouldn't be surprising for a Mark Johnston horse to run terribly and then win the next time. And all his form is in listed races, Group 3s. This is dropping down to the handicap, top weight. I'll give him a shot. I think he will be an each way price. And then the last one, 320 at Newbury, the Lockinge Stakes, Group 1 over a mile, and it's the return of Boyd.
Please do it.
What?
Boyd.
No. See you. No.
He wants to do it so bad.
Boyd, 4-9, Mother Earth, 4-1, Real World, 8-1, Alcohol Free, something that Tom never does.
Wow.
10-1.
That's me.
Chindit, who's terrible, 10-1.
I used to love him.
Yeah, he's terrible. New Mandate, 20-1, and it's 25-1 bar.
That's something Emily needs after John, a new man today.
I'll go first on this. Seeing as we went Tom, Andrew, me, keep it nice and sweet. Boyd should win. I'd say at the end of this season, he will probably end up in maybe the Champion Stakes. He'll step up. His brother has won over 1 mile 5. He's a brother to Hookham, isn't he? He's 1 mile 5, 1 mile 6 horse. But very fast, good starting point for him. I hope he keeps winning and turns out to be a superstar like he looked last year. For an each way bet, because I wouldn't be backing him at the prices, I put up New Mandate. Rafe Beckett's horse came back to form last time at Ascot. He beat that horse that always runs well at Ascot. What's his name?
That joke.
Sir Busker. Good yardstick. And if he doesn't bounce after being off for so long, maybe he'll have an each way chance, but Boyd will most likely win. Andrew?
Boyd wins. I'm actually going to say Sir Busker, the each way shot. Wore first time blinkers last day. He got beat by New Mandate. God only knows what way he's going to turn up, but I like him with the each way shot in that. But Boyd should win this, and I'm hoping, as you said, he's going to turn up into a superstar because he looks very, very good when he beat Palace Pier last year. That was the time everyone stood up and said, right, this thing is a serious weapon. So
very much so.
Let's hope he goes on to bigger and better things.
Tom, is it a 3 for 3 on Boyd?
Yeah, it has to be really. Super impressive last year, and yeah, let's hope he continues in that form. He's an exciting horse. Enjoy watching him, and yeah, sit back, relax, and watch him. He will be an odds-on shot, so I won't back him. However, you're gonna love this. I have had a bet at odds-on this weekend. And I'm after timing here because I only saw it last night and it had drifted out a little bit. It drifted out to 1.82 on bet on an exchange somewhere. Sorry. Also, I'm sure
that makes the markets of bet.
I'm sure this market is available. Hollywood bets. It's now into 1.54. So if you get twos on somewhere, you'll be doing well.
What day is it on? What day is it on?
It's an absolute certainty. It's on Saturday.
Go on.
Ukraine to win the Eurovision. It's an absolute good thing. This is nearly as good at 1.82. It was as good value as Eliud Kipchoge to win the London Marathon was in 2019.
Is that your nap of the weekend? That was the next question.
It's odds on, so I vary against the nap. It's twos on now, so it's getting short. But everyone is going to vote for Ukraine. They've actually got a decent song. So they'll do all right with the judges. And then when the points come in for them.
You're the presenter. You may be taking control of this.
I'm leaving him. He's another 10 seconds.
Oh, they're absolute certainties. Think about it, though. Everyone is going to vote for Ukraine.
You're napping
Rightly
next
so as well.
You're napping
What's
next
that?
best.
You want my nap and next best?
Yeah. I asked
Okay.
you twice.
Nap. They're both each way bets now. To be fair, Nap, Mascala, next best Cruyff.
Andrew.
My nap runs on Sunday in Nace at the 2:45 Coolmore Group 3. It is Matilda Picotti.
Matilda Picot.
Picot, sorry.
Cotty runs tomorrow, Andrew.
Sorry, I had that in my head, Tom. Picotti run tomorrow. Going to win, Tom. Give the viewers an exclusive.
It's awful, lads. I hate having Cotty's odds on in places tomorrow. It's awful. Going there. The pressure is horrible. I probably sound like a spoiled brat. We should enjoy having favourites, but I thought she'll come on for the run. But she even though she's going to come on for the run, she could still go and win that race. But
okay, wait. Will she win, Dave?
Yes.
There we go. Thank you.
I hope you're right, Dave. I hope you're right. I wouldn't be backing her at odds on anyway.
So, Matilda Picot.
Yep.
Made all in a Coromaidan back in the start of the month. Absolutely bolted up. Went from the front, travelled like a dream. Picked up again and was eased off at the finish. I'm not going to lie. I was talking to the owner today and said it's going to win.
For fuck's sake, who is this? What poor fuckers just got outed on the finishing line?
And your next best, please?
My next best is, I know, bear with me, is Thunderkiss. Come on.
Very good. My next best is Cruyff Turn, and my nap is actually the same horse as Andrew's. She won like a Royal Ascot filly the first day, so I'd be surprised if she gets bet on Sunday.
What time's this running on Sunday? How have I missed out on this now?
Again, very interesting now.
There's an Aidan O'Brien fill in as well, so she'd probably make the market. So
2:45 Mandate, the horse that won when I spoiled you all up in the box in the Cora and didn't get any thanks for it. Remember that thing? The big, huge filly.
You did? I gave you half a bottle of wine for that.
No, you put it in my bag and you forgot to take it out.
yeah,
I was going away the next day. I wasn't going to get a chance to drink it, so I gave it to you.
It's a nice bottle of wine.
Hang on, what's the horse called again?
Matilda Picot.
And what race is that in?
2:45 at Nace on Sunday.
I'm looking at 2:15. That's probably why that's.
Yeah, that's the wrong race.
Lovely, yeah.
Well, on a week where John was up, Emily, Stradivarius is wanting around York with his Willie hanging out, and Mr. Big Stuff is running on Saturday. I don't know what to say anymore, so
There's going to be a lot of Dante babies.
see you on Sunday.
For
Talking Points
at
8 p.m.
There you go.
Live.